Hey guys, welcome back to Carib 21, where we share what's trending in and around the Caribbean. If it's your first time joining, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite Jamaican stereotype. Yes, my favorite Jamaican stereotype. Yes, so stereotype can be attached to you based on your race, based on where you're from, like which country you're from. And for whatever reason, Jamaica seemed to have a lot of stereotype. And I didn't realize how many stereotype Jamaica had until I left Jamaica. And I've had the opportunity to work. I've been working in hospitality for, I would say, over 30 years. I've been in the hospitality industry. So I've been able to meet people from over 150 different countries in the world. You name the country, I've met someone from that country. And what I realize is that almost every country, any new country that I come across people from, for the first time, people just have stereotype about Jamaicans. You know, Rastafarian is one of the stereotype. Like I was amazed the first time I went, I was in Bermuda, and everybody I met, every single person, regardless of which country they're from, they're asking me about Bob Marley, and they're like, oh, did you cut off your locks because you have to work at the hotel? And I'm like, no, not every Jamaican have locks. So, and a lot of stereotypes, they're mostly, when it comes down to stereotype that's attached to especially black people, is a lot of negative stereotype. But I think this stereotype is not so negative. And I realized this, as I said, when I left Jamaica, that people think that every Jamaican have at least 10 jobs. Like we just work around the clock, especially Jamaican guys. And that's funny because in Jamaica, it's the opposite. There's this stereotype that, you're lazy and you just sit at home, smoke weed, crush your hand and stuff like that. But when you go to places like the US, Canada, and as I said, when I was in Bermuda, I didn't realize that everybody think that Jamaicans have 10 different jobs. And In Living Color played on this stereotype about 20 years ago. So I'm going to pull a clip from In Living Color that was like a sketch comedy, like Saturday Night Live back in the day. And they had a funny take on this. So let's watch this.
And now it's time for another episode of Hey Man with the hardest working West Indian family, the Headleys.
Here no man! How many times I got to tell you not to put your uniforms on my good sofa?
Don't yell at me, woman. I drop my uniform wherever I want. I work 15 jobs. I don't have time for your foolishness. When I come home, I'm tired, damn it.
Listen, you think you're the only one work hard? I got 9 jobs myself, you know. Plus, I have to do all the cooking and the cleaning and the washing around here, not to mention the welding.
Well, combined, that's only 12 jobs, lazy woman.
What do you think it is, the job?
Hey, man. Speaking of lazy, here's the laziest Eddie ever lived. Young Billy Vanilli Rasta boy. Aren't you supposed to be working at the hotel now?
No, because I just got fired from there.
What happened? Oh, you got fired.
I don't carry no Yankee man's bag. Plus, me have 4 perfectly good jobs left.
For a job, let me tell you something, young Rasta boy. When I was your age, I was a maintenance man, a carpenter, a cab driver, a cook, a hospital orderly, a security guard, a tour guide, a fish cleaner, and an Amway distributor all in the same day. I didn't even have time to almost make you, boy.
But, Pop, me in 10 bands now. Me don't have even a little bit of time for myself now.
10 band and full job. That's 14 things. That's not as bad as I thought, boy. Come here, you chip off the old banana boat. Me proud of you, boy. You hear that, you lazy layabouts? My boy got 14 jobs.
Hey, man!
Hey, man.
Hey, man!
Well, if it ain't table napkin turn tablecloth. What you doing home right now?
Daddy, leave me alone. I have a date with my new boyfriend. Well, him name is Danny. Him American, him very funny, and I think I love he.
And what else? What do daddy want to hear?
Well, him very successful, you know. Him make over $100,000 a year. Mama gonna be rich.
$100,000?
How many jobs he got to make $100,000? Only one. He's a doctor.
One job! One job! They're going to deal the boy with one job!
I hear it. That's all you ever talk about. Work, work, work. What about love? Look at the two of you. You're tired and you're bogged out all the time. Why don't you go and take a vacation?
Me on vacation now from 13 jobs.
But, Papa, how can I think about working when I am in love? It's just like when you and Mama just met, remember?
I never loved your mother. I married your mother because she had 6 jobs.
What happened to that nice Korean boy you was dating? He had 100 jobs. Him dead now. Him dropped dead in a job interview. Hey, that means 100 job opening.
100 job opening. Someone get my newspaper. Don't sign that.
I don't know why I tell you stupid people anything. I'm in love with that.
Okay, guys, so that is it. My favorite Jamaican stereotype. And in Living Colors, back in the days, they used to do a lot of Caribbean and Jamaican, like, kind of feed into the stereotype. They had this one that they did with Shabba, Mr. Uglyman. So that is my favorite stereotype. And let me know which stereotype is your favorite stereotype. Just sound off in the comment section and let me know which stereotype that, not necessarily your favorite, but which stereotype get attached to you most as a Jamaican when you're out there in the diaspora. I know this might not be just for Jamaicans. It could be for like Caribbean, because a lot of people stereotype the entire Caribbean. So if you are from anywhere else in the Caribbean, if you're from St. Vincent, you're from Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and you live anywhere in the diaspora and people attach this stereotype, just sound off in the comment section, let me know also. And the thing about this stereotype, because what I've personally experienced with this stereotype is that whenever people think that we're about me as a Jamaican, they're like, oh, how much jobs you have and stuff like that. Like, it's also tied to another stereotype, because a lot of people think that Jamaicans have a ton load of baby mother. Like, we have a lot of baby mother, like, all over the place. And yes, the thing with stereotype is that some of it is true for the most part. Like, it feeds into like a somewhat truthful type of lifestyle. But the thing is, it just like paint everyone the same. So yeah, there are a few Jamaican men that have baby mother all over the place. But as a Jamaican in the diaspora, as a Jamaican man, like, everybody get, paintbrush with this stereotype. So like, I would have people say like, like how much job you have and how much baby mother like you have to take care of and stuff like that. So it's just funny how these two stereotypes, come hand in hand, because I remember I used to operate my business next door to this bar that a Chinese lady owned. And like, we're next door neighbors doing business, and sometimes we'll just like hang out and talk. Sometimes I'll go over her establishment and I'll sit there and we'll just chit chat. And every time I see this lady, she said to me, are you Jamaican? And I'm like, yes, like for the 100th time I'm Jamaican. And one day I went over there again and she asked me the same thing. And I see this confused look on her face, and she's like, are you really Jamaican? And I'm like, yes. And she had this idea of a Jamaican, because she was saying that like I'm too calm, and she had this idea of Jamaican. She's like, all the stereotypes. She's like, James, I hope I don't offend you, but like, how comes you're Jamaican and you don't smoke weed? And she lists out all of these Jamaican stereotypes, and I just sit there and I just laugh. And you can't be offended by it, because as I said, a lot of the stereotypes are really true. Like, because a lot of people that came into her bar, like a lot of the stuff that she was asking me about, they kind of give that lifestyle. They were living that lifestyle. The Jamaican guys that would come in her establishment was like a bit rough, like rude boy kind of thing, and a lot of them like would come in and would try to look all of our bartender, like every bartender that she have, like these guys would. So, you know, she looked at me and she was like, you know, well, so yeah, the stereotype thing is a real thing, and I don't know if any other country or island have as much stereotype as Jamaican. We have a whole heap of baby mother, we smoke weed, we're Rasta, we have a whole heap of job, like we have bad man, you know, so like the stereotype, the list goes on and on and on. And I used to work with this other guy too, like I used to be like a manager at this establishment in Canada, in Toronto, and this guy that was like a head chef, he was like this white guy and he was a head chef at the establishment, and he used to mess with everybody, and people would come around and say, James, like this guy never messed with you before, like what's going on, like why mess with everybody and don't mess with you? And so I found out one day that the reason why he didn't mess with me because I'm Jamaican, and he have in his mind because of what he heard about Jamaica, that if he messed with me, like I probably come back and shoot him or something. And it was so funny when I find out that like the guy just didn't mess with me because like all of the gangster stuff that he heard about Jamaican, and Jamaican men are like gangsters. So he didn't mess with me. So guys, as I said, let me know which stereotype that you find attached to you, like people try to attach those stereotypes to you as a Jamaican or as a Caribbean person, or even if you're from Africa and there's some stereotype that people label with where you're from, just sound off in the comment section and let me know. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out.